Hello and welcome to this week's edition of the Snakebite. We wanted to start it off by sending our condolences to all of those affected by the most recent hurricane. We'll be linking a relief fund in the top of the description to help all of those affected by it. But after that, let's go into some Florida Southern sports. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to be excited about. Let's roll that intro. Volleyball looks to return to action this Friday after a decent break due to the hurricane. They had cancellations in games against teams of the likes of St. Leo and Eckerd College. There'll be a bunch of shifts in the schedule coming up, so make sure to stay tuned to fscmocs.com to stay in touch with all of the schedule changes and scores coming up.
Mocs women's soccer faced off against division rival St. Leo on the road last weekend. The Mocs put on a dominant performance, controlling possession in a defensive first half with 4 shots and 5 corners, compared to just 1 shot and 1 corner for St. Leo. With their dominance over possession, the Mocs found a way to get another penalty kick opportunity, which was taken by Anita Vera, which she converted, making the Mocs a perfect 3 for 3 on penalty kick attempts on the year. Florida Southern carried the momentum of their 1-0 lead out of the half, scoring within less than a minute of the start of the second half thanks to 𝙏𝙃𝙀 𝙎𝙉𝘼𝙆𝙀. However, the tides of the game changed soon after, with St. Leo finding one in the back of the net just a few minutes later in the 50th minute, putting the Lions within 1. St. Leo wasn't done yet, as they found another opportunity that they capitalized on to even it all at 2-2 in the 72nd minute. Neither team was able to get a real chance after this, ending the game in a draw, and the Mocs' next matchup is on the road on October 5th against Palm Beach Atlantic University.
Men's soccer is unfortunately off to a trialing start in conference play for the 2024 season after resuming their schedule against St. Leo University following the impact of Hurricane Helene, canceling their midweek game against Georgia Southwestern State. This was projected to be a great opportunity for this Mocs squad to get back to their winning ways after a grueling battle against Lynn University the weekend prior, and to get some players some much-needed confidence going into conference play. It all started looking dicey after a first half where neither team could get anything going, leading to both teams throwing caution to the wind starting in the second half. A mishap in the first 5 minutes into the second half, and another major miscommunication 16 minutes later spelled doom for the Mocs as St. Leo shocked their opponents and attending supporters into silence. A frustrated Mocs squad continued to push for opportunities and goals to respond, but nothing could be forged as the Lions maintained their composure as they tried to close out the fixture. A third goal with under 1 minute to go was the signature at the bottom of the page for St. Leo, which led to a second straight loss in SSC competition for Florida Southern. A week of rest and reflection will set the Mocs up nicely to reset against Palm Beach Atlantic University this Saturday at Barron Field, with kickoff slated at 7 p.m.
Men's tennis began their season at home, hosting the ITA South Regional Championships, and looked to hit the ground running in what was a competition defined by the weather. To open the tournament, some of the returning contributors from last year's Mocs team found some success yet again as Mario Garros and Chris 𝙏𝙀 found wins in the opening round along with USF transfer Same Frizzell. However, after the first round, the heat and humidity was a bit too much for Garros and Frizzell, who later retired in the second round of play. 𝙏𝙀 also was unable to advance, falling 2-4. And we can't go the episode without mentioning the strong showing from freshman Honor Turgut, who, despite losing in the opening round, battled his way all the way to the consolation final, which wasn't played due to time constraints. The Mocs found success again in doubles competition too, with 2 out of 3 Mocs doubles pairs advancing to the round of 16 in Frizzell and Russell, as well as 𝙏𝙀 and Garros. Frizzell and Russell won in the first round 8-5 over a West Alabama pair, and 𝙏𝙀 and Garros carried over their success from last year, defeating in-conference foe Palm Beach Atlantic 8-4. A new pair of Mocs found themselves in doubles play with sophomore Matthew Hewitt and freshman Honor Turgut, who unfortunately weren't able to find immediate success, losing in the opening round, then in the consolation round.
And women's tennis started off their season as well at home at the ITA South Regional Championship. And let's start off in singles play. Olivia Bryant was the Moc with the most success in singles, with wins in her first 2 matchups against in-conference opponents before falling in the round of 16. Jolie Miller had a fair share of success as well. After falling in the opening round, she continued to battle, making it all the way to the consolation round final. In women's doubles, Rania Schuerman and Anika Barendorf were able to get a win against players from the University of Montevallo before falling to a pair from Mississippi College in the round of 16. Claire and Kelly and Kennedy Brown were impressive in the season opener, taking down two in-conference rivals before falling in the quarterfinals against opponents from last year's national championship runner-up, Barry University. Doubles partners Alana Axler and Vivian Charatova were eliminated in the opening doubles round but made a finals run in the consolation rounds before falling to opponents from Rollins. Women's tennis will be on the road this week as they head up to Macon, Georgia for the Mercer Gridiron Classic tournament.
Mocs women's golf is on the road next week as they head to the Leanne Noble Memorial Tournament at the Ashasta Golf Club. Women's golf is looking to improve on their number 21 overall national ranking in the upcoming tournament, and the Mocs will be led by Claire Gimple and Kaylia Musso, who tied for 9th at the season opening tournament. Moving to the number 4 Mocs men's golf team, they will be heading to the Shark Invitational hosted by Nova Southeastern, the 11th team in the nation. The Mocs will play their first 54-hole competition of the season as their previous tournament was cut short because of Hurricane Helene, in what will be another great test for how they will match up against fellow conference and national competition. As always, the SSC will be one of, if not the best golf conferences in the country, and hopefully continue to show why it's known as the Conference of Champions.
And Mocs hockey was on the road this past weekend as they took the UCF Knights for the College South game of the week. The Mocs looked to bounce back after a loss to Embry-Riddle, and the Knights were able to take an early 3-1 lead at the end of the first. But Colton Wyden was able to put the Mocs on the scoring board with a goal in his 3rd consecutive game. The Mocs made the necessary adjustments between the periods as Michael Wohl scored 2 goals in less than a minute to tie the game up at 3. The scoring wasn't over for the Knights, though, as they scored to make it 4-3 on a power play goal with 14:29 left in the second period. Will Marshall was able to score the equalizer with 8:52 left in the second period, and excellent goaltending from guess who? Vincent Simonian is in the third kept the Knights from finding the back of the net. The game would head to OT with neither team being able to score the winning goal, forcing a tie, and Michael Wohl's 2-goal and 2-assist performance obviously made him College Hockey South 3rd star of the week. The Mocs head back to Boca Raton this weekend to face currently undefeated Division II rival and in-conference foe, Lynn University. And big news for all you water ski fans, their regional was canceled due to that hurricane that we talked about throughout this episode, but they still do have nationals this year where they have been extremely competitive as a team throughout the years. And you know I can't go a show without talking about cross country. Men's cross country currently ranked number 29th and now 3rd in the region. Women are staying put as unranked and 2nd in the region. The men and women are going up to Lewis University for an invite up in Illinois, where it'll be super exciting. They'll be competing against some of the top teams in all of Division II. Let's see what they can